Okay, so I am in Ho Chi Minh City. I just made it to Tao Dan Park on my way to Independence Palace. And this is one of the cool things that I enjoy just kind of strolling and milling about. Is these little bits of slices of life you get kind of every day. I'm just walking around strolling, and it's about what 9:30, 9:40 in the morning, and people just out here just having fun. We had a couple of folks practice fan dance earlier, and I don't know why I just enjoy sites like this as much as I do. All right.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
That is easy.
Right?
Yeah. So right behind me is the Independence Palace here in Ho Chi Minh City, which used to be the presidential palace of the President of the Republic of Vietnam up until 1975. Well, what happened in 1975, you might ask? Well, a tank similar to these right here crashed into a gate similar to what you see right here and ended the Vietnam War, or as it's called here in Vietnam, the War of Resistance Against America, or simply the American War. Okay, so right now we're inside the palace. I don't know enough of these rooms, and there's quite a bit of them, so let's just go ahead and montage all the rooms so at least you can see what's inside. Okay, so on our way to our next spot here, just a little information about Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon. Depending on who you talk to, it's Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon. It's literally the same. It's literally the same city. So it's not like a Manila and Metro Manila situation. No, it is the same city. It just depends on who you talk to, how old they are, and a few other different factors. Anyway, it is split into 24 different districts. We are currently in District 1. This is, I don't want to say the main district, but it kind of is. Okay, I flipped through this part live, so let me just give you the very quick rundown. As a visitor, here's mostly what you need to know. District 1 is where all the main history, tourism, and big businesses are located. District 4 is where all the good street food is. District 5 is Chinatown. And Districts 2 and 7 is more neighborhood living and where you'll find a lot of expats. Okay, so right now we are standing outside of the War Remnants Museum here in Ho Chi Minh City. One of the things that sticks out to me very quickly is that on the outside are all U.S. military equipment. Now, it is fair to point out, while the North Vietnamese did win the war, that Ho Chi Minh in the south was supported by the U.S. and its allies. So I'm not quite sure if it's intentional that the U.S. equipment is out here and not inside. I haven't seen what's inside yet. We'll see what's inside if there is any rhyme or reason. But I just, again, find that very, very interesting. This was a very depressing place, not gonna lie. But it was still important for me to go, because I know growing up, like anywhere, you're going to you're like, when you're taught certain things, especially in terms of history, in terms of politics and world events, you're taught from the perspective of the country that you reside in. It's very rare for us to get the opportunity to get the perspective from the other side. And so I come here, I'm able to get the perspective from the other side, and you learn the truth is somewhere in a spectrum between the two. So again, not the most uplifting thing I've seen, but again, it is one of the most important. With that said, hopefully we're going to go somewhere that lives up my spirit a little bit, but I also need to get something to eat. All right, got my banh mi, got my lunch, so I'm about to eat this and be on our way. So what you see right here is what would be, or what is, the Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon. Clearly it's undergoing a facelift right now, so we can't see what it actually looks like. If you could Google it, you'll get an idea of what it's supposed to look like. But it is right across the street from the Saigon Post Office. Now, I was told I can come to the post office here and get a postcard and mail it to the States. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna come here, just get a postcard and keep it. I've only mailed a postcard once from abroad, and that's because my mom wanted something to send from the Vatican because she's weird. But yeah, just gonna go in and see what this place looks like. So not only is it like a big tourist hub where you can get souvenirs, postcards, magnets, and all that other stuff, but as you can see here, you can send mail and packages, and I believe this functions as an active post office. I'm not quite sure how much of local mail gets processed here, or again, if all that is just to support tourists sending postcards and like whatnots back home. I have to do that research if I cared enough to do so. But I didn't really know what I was expecting going in, but it really wasn't that, honestly. Nothing. Okay, so behind me is the People's Committee building. All it is it's a city government building, nothing too exciting. But right across from it is a little park here, and a statue of, well, I think we're gonna find out who it is. I didn't do any research on like who the statue would be, but I'm venturing to guess it's one person. Come on, you had to get that right? Come on. So this right here is what they call the Café Apartments, which is just the building. It looks like an apartment building. Instead of apartments, there are little cafes and coffee shops. As you know, I'm not a coffee drinker, but hopefully they'll have some alternative in there for me, like a good ice juice or something like that, at a hopefully reasonable price. So yeah, we're just gonna go in and see what this looks like from the inside. Okay, so usually when I go to these markets, I'm not really buying anything. However, again, I've been on the road for about 5 months at this point, cycling through the same 5-6 pairs of socks. So I was in desperate need of some socks. So I got me some socks. At these markets, of course, like you haggle and you bargain, which I can't stand haggling and bargaining. I just can't. To me, it's tiring and whatever. However, again, knowing I needed socks, what I did was I asked my friend ChatGPT about how much I'd be paying for socks at a market in Ho Chi Minh. It told me anywhere between $25,000 and $50,000. That's about between $1 and $2. So I decided to get 5 pairs. So I was quoted 250,000 dong.
or 50,000 a pair, which is at the high end. I got it down to a total of 200,000 dong. So I just, I'm not a master negotiator. I just saved myself $2, but every bit counts. I feel so proud of myself. So yeah, food in the market. I think I mentioned at some point, I love markets over here because of this. I can just go to the market, in this case, buy some socks and eat a very delicious meal for cheap. Oh my goodness, it's great. All right, so I'm actually headed back to my Airbnb. That ends our day across District 1 and here in Ho Chi Minh City. So I hope you learned something or got some ideas for your itinerary the next time, or your first time coming to Ho Chi Minh if you so choose. Again, I don't really have plans for the next week and a half I'm here. I'll play it by ear. I have an idea of some of the things I'm going to do, but we'll see what happens. So this has been fun. Until next time, I'll catch you later.